What's up, guys? Back at it again. Here today talking about the Glock 42, chambered in 380. Oh, yeah, everyone's favorite. Um, Obviously, this is clear, no bullets in sight. Um, I did previously make a video regarding the recovered tactical charging handle here with the Longhorn style flare. Obviously, to give it that more grip. Um, this one here in particular is for the lady, for the missus. So I have been slowly but surely buying certain pieces that will make it more accessible, make it more easier, more comfortable for my beginner shooting girlfriend. And I have been wanting to make a specific video about this brand in particular. We got the SI EMP plus 2, which is the Strike Industries extended mag plate, which turns your 6-round magazine into a 8-round magazine. And obviously gives it a full frame size so you get more grip. And you're probably wondering, why the hell does he already have it put on? I did not mean to do that. I got overzealous last night, and this part has been sitting with my Glock magazine that I ordered with as well. It's been sitting on my table the past couple of days. I've been pushing this video off, but it's because I've been nervous to sit here and struggle with these magazines. I did already put the Pierce Grip pinky extension on here. This is just the pinky extension, not the plus one. But boy, did I have a time trying to get this base plate off. For all of us that know, Glock, for whatever reason, put these little bunny ears here. I'm not sure if you can really see them, but they put these bunny ears on the inside of the magazine and the base plate to be assholes, if I'm being honest. It feels like you're gonna break the magazine, or if it just does not want to come off. So that's why I've been putting this video off for a while, but I whipped out the good old Allen wrench, the same one I used for the Pierce Grip. Probably shouldn't use this, but this is what works for me. I'm not a gunsmith, and I don't have just random gun tools laying around. I probably should, being a gun enthusiast, but I don't. I'm a cheapo. I like ordering stuff cheap, but I want it to be reliable, and sometimes that doesn't always go hand in hand. So that's again why I want to talk about this today. I've seen older videos from 6, 8, 10 plus years ago with people installing these onto their Glock 42, and I noticed that they would only come with just the base plate. And I would see other videos that would come with the base plate and an aftermarket spring, or a base plate and a lock plate pin that would come with it to combat the plus 2, because you're using Glock's original spring and follower and lock plate, but it was designed for 6 rounds, not for 8. So obviously we're gonna have some reliability issues later on down the road when the spring starts to wear and doesn't want to hold up like it's supposed to, because it's meant for 6, it's not meant for 8. So I originally shied away from them because people were pointing that out and was saying they were having trouble with their magazines, and the 8th round not wanting to load or cycle, or the slide not wanting to stay locked back, whatever the case may be. It shied me away from them. But as of recently, I did finally find a video that was somewhat new for a Glock 43 chambered in 9mm, but it was the same Strike Industries plus 2 plate. And I noticed that instead of just sending the plate, that they were now sending their own lock plate. So just for reference, this is Glock's factory base plate and Glock's factory lock plate. So you can imagine this sits in the spring, and then this goes over the magazine, and when it locks, boom, now it's locked. You see the tabs in there. Magazine's not going nowhere, la da 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 da. Well, now I've noticed that they are sending their own. And I'm sorry I can't show it to you because it's already in the magazine, of course, but I'm guessing they were doing this to combat that last round issue. So instead of using the Glock factory spring and the follower and the lock plate, now they're only making you use the spring and the follower, and they sent their own lock plate that was obviously same design as this, just a little thicker. Probably two of these, I'd want to say, and then there's like another little platform in the middle to kind of give it that extra height, which again, like in my head, I'm assuming that was to combat the last round not wanting to feed. So once I seen that video, I seen another channel, SPN Firearms or Spin Firearms, another pocket carry guy who's pretty good. Love that dude. He explains a lot. Go follow him if you haven't already. He was also rocking the Strike Industries +2 for his Glock 42. So definitely made me more comfortable and more, more comfortable wanting to order it and carry it on my piece every day with seeing, other people who are very experienced in the gun community or very known in the gun community. If they're doing it, then hey, something might be working, or Strike Industries might have done something to kind of get their rep back. So haven't got to shoot it yet. I do want to do another follow-up video like a couple months from now, after I'm putting all these rounds through it. I want to kind of come back and let you guys know that that's still reliable, or it still hasn't been reliable, or this hiccup or this hiccup. I just want it to be all on record. And I wanted to let you guys know, don't be afraid to order a piece, because in the back of your mind, you gotta actually sit down and break this thing apart and put it on yourself. This was a piece of cake getting off the second time compared to the first time. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I was doing wrong and what I think helped me the second time. Obviously, this isn't the proper tool, but this is what I had. And this is the same thing I use for the Pure Script here as well. And I noticed that, or I remembered the first time me doing this, I was a little too afraid to kind of actually get this in here. I was afraid I was going to snap something or bend the spring or whatever the case may be, but this time I knew, I had to be assertive, and I had to really just get it in there and get it off and not BS with it. So this time I was a little more gutsy. Instead of putting it in yay high, I actually tested my limit to see, like, is it still moving and guiding properly? Is it up and down? It was. All the way up until right here where the mag release would sit. As you push down, you can feel kind of the tension, kind of go away. And I knew for a fact, I was like, oh yeah, that was it. Like that was what I needed to do the first time. And even though I didn't have my video set up and all this, I knew it was the good push and pull. It would have came off, and that's exactly what did. I got it in there, make sure it was flush, it wasn't all wobbling, more or less pinched it like this with one hand, push with the thumb, and you want to use this tool as like a leverage, leverage this and push with your thumb to kind of lift the magazine, or not the magazine, but to lift the base pad off of these bunny ears that's in the middle there. So once I did that, you'll feel it wanting to go. And it's not gonna spring right off. It's not gonna fly right off. You know what I mean? It does stop right after the bunny ears. So here's a base pad and the lock plate. That's Glock factory. Basically, what you want to do. So obviously the lock plate locks into the base plate. But once this comes off and you get that leverage and it starts to come off, you start to expose the lock plate. And that's what you want to hold your thumb over. That's what you want to hold your thumb over as you're releasing this. So you're holding it like this, boom. Under here is the spring and the magazine, you see. And you just want to slowly let it come out, boom. Set it down, set this to the side, set this to the side, and then you got your Strike Industries, and boom. I'm sorry I don't have the lock plate to show you, but once the spring is expanded, this sits right on top of the spring, which let's just pretend that this is the Strike Industries one. Sits in the spring, you push it down, you get it back flush into the mag, you hold it over, boom, slide this bad boy right on, easy peasy. You get it on there. Obviously you want to listen for this pin to snap inside here. That's how you know it's sitting flush. If you put it in backwards, obviously this pin won't even be visible, it'll be on this side, so that's how you know if it's backwards or not. It can only go left or it can go right, okay? So don't get all freaked out thinking you can have it upside down or whatever. There's only two ways you can put this in, so don't freak out when you take the mag apart and you think you don't know you're going to put it in the right way. You're fine. Once you do start to slide this on, I do want to point out, once you get halfway, you feel like the plate itself might be like crooked in there, or the spring's not sitting right, because you halfway you can't get it to like really click on, and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? It's just the bunny ears. That's what it is. Go ahead, don't be scared, just make sure it's flush, you know, push down and push to the left at the same time. It snaps right on. And, you know, you might feel like you're gonna break it, you're not. You know, these are pretty sturdy. But once it's snapped on, I obviously pushed down on this. See, it's, you know, going down, up and down perfectly. Give it the good old Hickok slap on the table. Everything, the spring's sounding good, it's all flush. That's kind of how you know it's in there, right? But little size comparison really quick here for each one. You know, obviously you got the flush. You still can get like 2.5, you know, depending on how big. Like I can really get my pinky up there if I wanted to, but I can let it hang as well. Pierce grip, boom, full grip, no problem, no problem. But still just 6 bullets. So what that Vickers does, boom, now you get the full grip and the +2. Kind of defeats the purpose of a pocket pistol or deep concealment, because you're kind of giving yourself more length or like more snag. But like this hook is on the inside. If this was the outside, that's how you know it's going to get some snag. But everything's low drag, no snag, you know. For the range and stuff, I do have a Pro Mag 10+1 as well. I know there's the ETS 7-round flush, or the 9-rounder that sticks out a little bit. You can get the X grip with it. There's the 12-rounder ETS, but I will buy those products. I will shoot them in my gun. Obviously you get more capacity, so it's more fun for like range days, but when it comes to carrying every day or putting my life on the line, no, I'm not carrying Pro Mag. No, I'm not carrying ETS. You know, they might look cool or be see-through or whatever. It might give you a little extendo, you know, what the kids call it nowadays. But I need something that's gonna go bang every time from Glock. You know, yes, aftermarket stuff that you add to Glock parts, you know, you still have that same room for error. But Glock factory and a little aftermarket, or no Glock factory and all aftermarket. You know, I'm not really taking that chance, so I'm gonna stick with my first option, which may not make sense to everyone, but to me it does. So, furthermore, this video was just to clarify that Strike Industries. Sorry, got some Rottweilers losing their patience with me. Strike Industries, good product, and I'm happy that they didn't just continue selling their base pad knowing that it was defective. They are now sending the base pad with a lock plate as well to hopefully combat that. Okay, Junie girl, thanks. So can't say for sure until I start shooting the thing, but for now I will say that Strike Industries has got a happy customer, or another new happy customer, and I can't wait to get this thing out and see how reliable it is. And a year or two from now, hopefully it's still just as reliable. You know, that's what we do this for. You know, this is hopefully something that you can come back and reference to. Like I said, there's not too many Glock 42 recent or new, you know, reviews out. So hopefully this helps with your situation. If you're scared to buy something or scared to order something because you know you gotta get home and mess with the gun a little bit, go get comfortable with your gun.